Hello. T minus 2 days till vacation. It is Saturday. What day is it? It's Sunday, October 20th. And I still have some stuff that I need to do before we go. I need to fold some laundry. I need to do like the buttons on the shirt that I've been working on. I've gotten pretty far. All I have is like a hem on the bottom. And then I have to do the shoulder seam. And then I have to add the buttons and then it's done. I haven't even tried it on. Like, oh my goodness, I'm so nervous I'm not going to finish it. And then also today, what else do we have to do? I don't remember. I'm not ready to start that yet though. Right now I'm about to watch LD Shadow Lady while like doing some last minute gaming, I guess. And then after that, I'll start working on the shirt and then start working on packing. Then I guess it's go time. By the way, the outfit is almost entirely handmade by me. The bracelets mostly are the only parts that aren't, and then this necklace right here, and then of course my earrings and bow. But I am wearing an outfit for Ace Week. Today is the first day of Ace Week. This is my first time actually being on time and actually doing something for it. So that's awesome. I thought about it last night. It took me a while to get dressed, but here it is. I don't think I'm really going to do anything else for the rest of the week. I'm just glad I remembered to do something. So, yeah. I think I'm finally caught up on everybody's first episode for the wildlife series. And they are experimenting with like the pale garden biome that's still in testing phase. And it gave me an idea because like it's so pretty. I love the colors on it. It's like ashy gray or ashy green rather. And I went on Hobie to look for some yarns and I don't think I can find anything on there for what I want, but I did find a couple other ones. I'm looking at a Sultan Shadow. It's black slash cerise, so like cherry. And then the other one is Sultan Pastello, which is like, I can't remember. Hold on, give me 1 second. The other one is Blueberry in Sultan Pastello, and I want to work with that one next. They're both like kind of cheap. It's free shipping from $19. And it's like 21 bucks for the Sultan Pastello. And I know that's 1,000 meters. No, it's 800 meters. And then the Sultan Shadow, I believe, is 1,000 meters, which right now I don't want to spend the money because I want to save my money so I can go and like spend money over in Dollywood. But like when I get back home from the vacation, I might spend some more money. I'll have to pick up a bunch of extra hours. But I really want to work with the Sultan Pastello. It's so pretty. It's like this ice blue. I'll put a picture right here. And it's just like, it's a very frosty blue. And I really want to work with white yarns and white fabric this year. And like, that's one of the reasons why I'm having such a hard time working on my Dollywood project is because I want to work on the next project. I have all the fabrics I need for the next project. I bought some creepy cloth so I can work on the next project, but I am in the middle of my Dollywood project. And if I don't get it done by today or tomorrow morning, it's not going to get done and I'm not going to have an outfit. So let's go get started on that. So here I am so far on this top. I still got to put all the buttons down, which is going to be terrible. Maybe if I push it off for too long, I might sew on the buttons in the car, but like I already have plans to crochet in the car and my plan is to like each major stop that we make show my progress. But I'm really impressed so far with how this is looking. I definitely do not have the time for the embroidery like I thought I was going to have time for. Maybe I'll put like little spider web embroidery right here if I'm feeling up to it. Right now, I'm barely feeling up to putting the buttons on. I have my little sleeves that need to do the hems or the seams, which that's super easy. I'm going to fold this in and then blah, blah, blah. Seams are boring. Yeah. Oh yeah, the hem down here needs to be worked on. I don't know what pants I want to wear with this, to be honest. I have an idea, but I don't think I'll like it. Oh, actually, I'm wearing the pencil skirt because like back in the 40s, I think they wore more skirts with the outfit. I know for sure, like, it's not going to be historically accurate because the older I get, the less historically accurate I am with my outfits. All right, so let's work on the sleeve seams and then begrudgingly work on the buttonholes. Maybe I'll get to sewing on the buttons today. They're gonna be teeny weeny buttons, and that's why I'm begrudgingly doing it, and that's why I keep on yapping, because I don't want to get it started. I've been working with a new to me seam where I cut the inside, like one layer of the seam, I guess, or seam allowance, and then I fold over the other side. I really love that shoulder seam method. I'm probably going to do that in the future with like shorts. I'm probably going to make more shorts soon, to be honest. But I really, really like that method. I don't know what it's called because I'm not formally taught. Everything I know about sewing is self-taught, except for like the rolled hem. My mom taught me that, and that's because she got frustrated seeing me sew. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Afterwards, it's gonna look like this sleeve. I did the sleeve first, but my mic died, so I'm re-explaining everything. But yeah, I'm gonna go over this again with the orange thread after I finish my hem. Once I finish the hem, then I'll switch over to just the orange thread, and then I'll be moving over to the buttonholes. And then I should be moving on to the buttons. And I'm really, really, really hoping that I'll get through it. We're finally on orange yarn time. I want to embroider. I think that's what the next call is. I'm going to finish up the hems, like doing the orange yarn around here, orange thread around here. And then I'm going to do the collar piece because I never did that earlier. And then I'm also going to do the sleeve or the hem on the bottom. That's going to be in orange. And then we're going to do, I don't know if I should move on to the corners because I think this would be such a cool little detail, having a little spider web there. I have to sketch it out. I'm thinking of doing the spider webs down here at the buttonhole as well. This is just going to be regular buttons, but I'll get to that eventually because I know I'm going to have to do another bobbin. And like, I might as well just use all that yarn because I have a bunch of orange yarn right now. And why do I keep on saying yarn? I do that all the time. I keep on saying yarn. It's thread. I have a bunch of orange thread. I think I even have embroidery thread, which I might switch over to when I do the embroidery stuff because I think that thread is actually stronger than the thread I have, the orange thread that I have. I don't remember if that's one that I bought myself or if it was part of my mom's pile, but it's not the strongest thread. So we're going to go in, do the normal thread thing, and then we'll see if I still have the energy to move on over to the embroidery thread. I'm going to take a bit of a break from sewing because that embellishing or whatever, adding the extra thread kind of like wiped me out for no reason. So this is how far I've gotten. Here she is. I am so impressed. So the sleeves have been like really, really difficult for me. I think that's what really sent me overboard. But look, the collar. I'm so happy with the collar. And then like all I have to do are the buttons. That's it. And then this project is done. I finally decorated for Halloween. It's been a while and I really haven't felt like in the Halloween spirit because I normally go shopping. I normally try to find a lot of Halloween decor while I'm out and about because that's just kind of like what gets me in the mood. And I'm a shopaholic and I'm trying really, really, really hard. I did not shop for very many Halloween decorations this year. Mostly what I bought were stuff that I could use for baking. I think that's something that I can use and not feel bad about. And plus, like most of the dishes that we have are like plastic dishes that we've had since like we were teenagers / early college. Some of it is from our college. So I think that's something that I'm okay with spending a tiny bit of money with. But anyways, let me give you like a better look. So when we first moved to this house, we bought this lighthouse. And I don't know, we're both really into the sea kind of thing. So we bought this. There's like a little doll all the way down here, but she kind of like fell over and I haven't picked her up yet. Then we have this little corner right here. I have 2 of my Joanna Parker cups. I never actually drink coffee anymore. I use them as decorative holders for all of my perfumes. Back here are more perfumes. This is a tea light thing, but I can't figure out how to get the bottom open and replace the batteries. This is vintage 90s. I don't know what year this came from, but this is also from the same vintage shop. No, this one was from Etsy, and this one was from a vintage shop in Winter Haven. Those are from Home Goods, I think. And then over on this side, we have some more Halloween decor. My little Squirtle. I made this duckling last year. Gengar, my sister-in-law, gave this to us. She's not very Halloween-y, but she's really cute, so I left her here. Over here, we have some more of my crochet stuff. This was a really big mess up from when I first started crocheting amigurumi again. He needs a lot of help. We have this little globe. It needs batteries, but I don't feel like changing it. Ooh, this Mistrovus. I got her at MegaCon the first time I ever attended, I believe. And that was back in 2019, 2018.
There was an option to get her lit up, but like I didn't have the money at the time. I spent a lot of money on her, and they still come to MegaCon, and I'm really impressed. I told them how much I love that they're still doing it. Up here we have some wall decor. And then over here, we have my Munchlings collection. This is literally the only Munchlings collection I've ever gotten. We got 2. This was the one that I wanted the least. We got 1, 2, and 3 of him. We're just missing 1. This is the reason why I got this set, was because I love deviled eggs, and I just thought this was the cutest thing. We've got the mystery one, which is like the hardest one to get, I think. And then, like, I don't remember what the last one we're missing is. Oh, so we're just missing Sally, which honestly, I don't think I want to spend any more money to get her, but maybe I will if it goes on a higher discount, because it's discount season, because Halloween merch has been going on discount, so maybe this one will too.
I'm calling break time over, but like I don't want to do my buttons. I want to wait till much later to do buttons because buttons are literally the death of me. So instead, I'm going to show you the crochet project that I'm going to be doing on my trip. So I started a little bit of it just so I can get a hang of it to make sure I got the rhythm or the pattern correct before we leave, because I'm not going to want to figure that out on the trip. So I'm making a star blanket, and I know that's super popular right now. I know the 6-day star blanket is popular, but I'm going to phase the gray into a pink. I don't know if I talked about it, but it's going into this pink, and then it's going to go into this white, and then it's going to have these little stars on the bottom, I believe. I don't think I'll be able to finish the stars on the trip, but I think it'd be nice to like be the closing for this. But yeah, that's what I'm working on for the trip. Yeah. I was doing a little TikTok break, and I was reminded that a lot of people are getting Sabrina Carpenter all over their Spotify playlists, and I have never gotten her on any of my playlists. Whenever I'm on Spotify, I always use the Discover Weekly every week. I always use that as like a base of how my like week's gonna be. Usually they're pretty good about finding something good for me, because I also, whenever I'm on TikTok, I do find a lot of small artists, even if like the clip isn't something I really, really fall in love with. It just kind of sounds like a genre that I might like. I'll go ahead and add it to my playlist. And I think that might be one of the reasons why a lot of people aren't getting good music recommendations on their playlists. I just like listening to a whole bunch of different music genres, so maybe that also helps. I don't often find like pop music that I like, except for like the most recent ones being like a K-pop song from Yena, and then also Rose and Bruno Mars did a new song that's been stuck in my head. So it doesn't often happen that I have a pop song liked on my playlist. When I'm done listening to the Discover Weekly, which most times slaps, but sometimes doesn't sound good because like my music taste is changing. You are so needy, sir. But yeah, so like most times it's pretty good. It's only like really bad when I start listening to a whole bunch, or like liking a whole bunch of songs that I don't typically listen to. So it won't recommend me something that I'm like in the mood for, but that's on me because my taste is changing. I also use the release radar, which is really good. I love using release radar because a lot of times it's not like artists that I actually know. It's people that like collaborate with artists that I know that kind of gets put on there. So I think that also helps. But whenever I'm like really feeling an artist, like their song is getting stuck in my head or I put it on repeat, I go to their name, I click on their name, and then I go to their radio. So Zemeth, like one of the reasons why I found Zemeth was because I was listening to a lot of Imperial Circus Dead Decadence because I was really into a VK mode. So I listened to their radio, which led me to Zemeth, which led me to a whole bunch of other metal bands. So I think that's just like a feature that a lot of people aren't aware of. I wasn't aware of it for a while. My husband actually had to teach me about like release radar. That artist's radio station also filters in a lot of artists that are very similar to them, who've taken inspiration from them or they've taken inspiration from. So I think that's a very underutilized feature. Good morning. It is the next day, and I am about to start panicking because I am behind. I got a little bit of packing done last night. I did a little bit of laundry last night. We got to pick up the car today. We got to finished packing. I still haven't like even finished writing my checklist. I'm about to start doing the buttons though. Not doing a video for next week because I will be out of town, but I will be vlogging in a way. So I don't think I've ever suffered from con crunch because I never make cosplays, but I do suffer from waiting till last minute to actually get stuff done. And I don't normally do it when it comes to sewing. Usually when I have like a project, I have it done before it's time to get going. And like I actually don't ever plan big projects like this really because like they're stressful. And look at me. Here I am stressing out. I need to stop yapping. I need to do this. I just lost Bobbin Chicken on the very last button. It's the one at the very top, and it's gonna be so ugly. Picking out buttonholes are like the worst things ever because it never truly gets picked out. Oh, it's so frustrating. It's the last button. Like it's a lot like laundry. It's never as bad as it feels before you get it started. But man, does it feel bad when you run out of thread. We're at the very, very end of the project. I'm starting on sewing on the buttons. I've put the fray check on all the buttonholes so they have time to dry. I mean, they're going to have time to dry anyways because we aren't going to be in Dollywood until like 5 days from now. I don't know. I've put it in my phone. I just have terrible memory and I just have been really bad about keeping up with this trip, this little field trip, this little road trip. Anyways, I was just watching Madame Absinthe's video on her trip to Universal Studios and I kind of take it for granted how close we are because like seeing people who go for the first time, like that's one of my favorite things ever is just experiencing other people experience a theme park for the first time. It's just so magical to me. Her and her friend group ended up going out to Tucson, and that reminded me, as a Central Floridian, it's kind of like a rite of passage, especially if you're somebody like me who was very, very poor growing up and you see free tickets advertised as a perk for working in the parks. I did work at Universal Studios at one point in my life. And I remember when I was going through orientation, we were talking about like costumes, or they call it uniforms over there. Disney calls them costumes. The trainer of the day that was like standing in front of the classroom and talking to us, all that jazz, he was talking about Tucson, which is where Madame Absinthe ended up going out to eat for dinner. And he said something along the lines of, "Oh, be grateful that you guys are wearing these nice little tropical outfits," because I got hired for Volcano Bay before it opened, which that was a whole trip and a half, like seeing Volcano Bay with dirt. I've got some stories about opening day, but I might save that for later unless anybody's curious. He mentioned Tucson and being like, "Oh, you don't want to be caught dead in one of those outfits because those are kind of ugly. Who here actually would wear them?" And literally I was the only one that raised my hand because they are steampunk themed, and I've always been interested in steampunk. It's just something I don't think I can create myself just because I don't have the skill level, the skill sets, and it's just a lot of like Victorian kind of sewing, and I dabble in it, but it's a lot of fabric, it's a lot of work, and that specific subculture is very like metally, and I am not a metalsmith. That'd be a really nice little perk I had under my sleeve, but I do not know how to do any of the jewelry making and all that. So it's something that I haven't picked up. But yeah, that's a fun story about when I worked at Universal Studios for a brief little stint and had to be the only brave person to be like, "Nah, man, steampunk is cool." I have the tiniest bit of energy left to do the collars with spider webs. I need to trace something. Maybe not trace, but like I'm going to use this chalk and then like roughly draw it out. And then after that, I'm going to use my sewing machine to trace over that. That's where I'm tracing. But it's almost done. I got all the buttons on. It's not pretty on the inside, but it never is and never has to be. But the buttons are on. Very tedious. Almost there. Almost there. Admittedly, not pretty, but it's something, and it's a new skill that I'm working with. I know there's easier ways to do it. I know there's like tracing paper ways, but I don't have any of that. And I think what I did, I should have probably like made this side a little bit longer, which I'll do on the other side. This is fine. It is what it is. This is like my rough draft version of this anyways. I think for Halloween, usually I end up sewing something new, like a brand new pattern to me, and like if I like it enough then I'll do it again later on in the year. But I think this is a good little like rough draft thing, and it's kind of cute. From far away, I think it's very cute. This one came out so much better. That's so pretty. Second time's the charm. I bet the third one would look much better. And I don't feel like picking out this one, to be honest. It is what it is. This, like I said, is the mock up because I think I might want to work with this again. It took a long time to get through it. It's going to be a long time before I work on it again, but I am very, very impressed with how much work I did to get here. It might be a couple years before I get to this. I'm going to go try it on real quick just so I can like feel better about it. And then I'm going to go pack. Y'all, look how cute. Ah, I'm so obsessed. Like the neck is a little bit higher on me, and that's all right. Like honestly, whatever. It's fine. This is my first time making it. The back is it's cute too. I don't know how I feel. This sleeve is fine, but this one is a little wonky, so I'm gonna probably be cold. But oh my gosh, I can't believe I finished this. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. Ah, take another look at the spider webs on the side. So very cute. I wish I had time to make like a bolo tie. I have some shoelaces hanging around and I have like this little pin if I can find it. This little guy, maybe I can put him. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna put this right here. That's gonna hold it together because I didn't put a little button up at the top because I was scared it was gonna choke me. But if I do this pin, it gives me like a little bit of wiggle room. I think I'm wearing a 1930s like pleated skirt. I don't know if I can fit in it. I tried wearing it the other day. I ate way too many snacks during the hurricane, so I gained a little bit of weight. But I'm gonna hope I can wiggle in a little bit. I have been like kind of going back to my normal eating pattern. So I should be able to fit into it because it's only a tiny bit too small for me. If that's not the case, then I will figure something else out. Maybe I'll buy some gaucho pants while I'm in Tennessee. When we get there, we'll get to Pigeon Forge and like we'll have a day to like explore the area. And I'm sure that they'll have little fun cowboy-ish stores so I could buy something and like keep it because like I don't buy clothes very often, and I think it's something like the cowboy outfits is something that I've been wanting to delve into a lot. And if anything, it could be like a teaching opportunity for me to like see how they did all the seams and how they did the buttons. But yeah, I the only issue that I have with this outfit right now, as of now, is that this sleeve is going to be really chilly because I don't think I did it properly. I tried my best. I tried to read the and understand the pattern as best as I could, but I am terrible at reading instructions. So, yeah, this is the top and I I can't believe it. I can't believe I finished this. I have been wanting to do like a Hatsune Miku cosplay for the longest time, and I saw the cutest one a while back, and it was like a cowboy Hatsune Miku, and I think that would be really, really stinking cute if I could do like a historically accurate Hatsune Miku outfit. I have so many ideas. Um, anyways, I need to start packing because we leave tomorrow and I haven't done much. I'll be uploading this video, but the next week I won't be uploading. I will be on my vacation and I just don't feel like editing long form content while I'm traveling. I will be posting short form content from like each big stop that we make, probably south of the border, definitely Dollywood, definitely New Orleans, maybe Bucky's, maybe other small hits that we make, but I will 100% be uploading Dollywood like the day after we go. I think actually this video will go up on the same day that we will be in Dollywood, actually. So I will be doing that when I get back in 2 weeks. We'll be celebrating Halloween, and then after that, I'll probably get back into sewing content. I'll be crocheting. That's another thing I'll be doing. I'll be crocheting on this trip. I know I've talked about it along the way, but that should be going out the day that we get back from Halloween trip. And then I don't think I'll be working on crochet for a little tiny bit. And if I do, it's probably not going to be in the vlog form. It's probably just going to be short forms, short little bursts of dopamine. You know, the ADHD brain needs it. and I will start working on my MegaCon outfits and possibly Holiday Matsuri because I've been wanting to go so much because it's very J fashion based. Man, this year has been going by fast. I'm happy that this year has been doing really well for me. So I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for holding me accountable. Bye bye!